Karibu tena. Welcome back to Echoes from the Motherland. Today's episode is different. There is no fluff, no filters, and no holding back. Because Kenya is bleeding. And if we stay silent, history will not forgive us. I am Kuya. I'm joined by my brothers Kevin and Lusala. We're not here as influencers. We're here as sons of the soil, people who love this country too much to stay silent.
That's right. Um, we've seen this story in our history books. We have seen it in documentaries. It's been told many times. We talk about this in our, on our dinner tables. And it's no longer history. This is happening. So it's about time we started asking questions. Do we let Kenya collapse quietly under fear, corruption, and brutality? Because this isn't just politics anymore. It's the slow death of a nation by taxes, by bullets, by betrayal.
And Kevin, that betrayal is deep, family. It's personal. Since June 2024, Gen Zs, our siblings, our cousins, our students have taken to the streets, not for clout, not for fame, not for bread, not for dignity, but simply for a future.
This finance bill, it's a chokehold. Milk, bread, fuel, data, even funds, all taxed. A graduate now pays more to find a job than they make from one. And what does this government offer in return? Tear gas, rubber bullets, live rounds, more than 20 innocent lives lost. Many have been injured, and some assaulted, and all of them have been silenced.
Right. And we've heard from mothers still waiting at morgues. We have, in fact, seen recently mothers being denied, their loved ones dead, and the morgues won't even take them. We've seen videos of snipers on rooftops in Nairobi, police dragging young people by their shirts. Kenyans crying for justice. This is not democracy. This is not peace. This is not the Kenya we were promised. This is not the Kenya that any Kenyan anywhere desires.
And it feels all too familiar. Some of us might not remember. I know I do. In the 1980s, I was born in the 80s. Moi did rule through fear. But the seven brave members of parliament, as they were known, the seven bearded sisters, refused to stay silent. Koige Wamwere, James Orango, Chelagat Mutai, amongst others. They chose jail over compromise, or rather were forced into it. Truth over fear. And because of them, we've reclaimed a multi-party democracy.
But here we are again. Only now resistance isn't coming from parliament, it's coming from TikTok, from X, from the streets, from Gen Z, and they are fearless. They are not loyal to parties. They don't want handouts. They want justice now.
Indeed, they are the new bearded sisters, and they are asking the real questions. You know, why are we taxing people into poverty? Why is corruption still a career path? And this is really bad. I mean, corruption right now, brothers, is so bad to the extent that right now in Kenya, it's just a given. Uh, Police officers asking for bribes, on the roadside, without any fear. It's expected right now that you should just bribe the Teacher Service Commission right now. I mean, we've seen in the past months, probably even over the past year, where you see members of parliament dishing out appointment letters to teachers. So you ask yourself, are legislators supposed to be legislating, and how, and who decided that now they are the appointing authority of the Teachers Service Commission? And that's just one example. We could go on in all the sectors in Kenya. It is pretty bad. This is actually dire. uh, and so the question then becomes, why does dignity feel like rebellion? Because that is where we are right now. When Gen Zs are demanding just for a bare minimum, they're being, considered prisoners. Why?
And the truth, even the government knows the money's gone. Well, the money's gone from the rest of us, but we know the people who got their bellies full. A former president actually said this before, that 2 billion shillings have been being stolen daily. Think about that. Billions are lost while Kenyans are asked to give more. I think one of the worst things is we all live in this country. It's our sandbox. And it's really sad to see that people that come from the community that end up climbing that ladder end up denying other Kenyans the right to a life with dignity, a life that they can live, they can be proud of for their children. They say sacrifice, but we know what they mean. It means to suffer.
Man, brother,
Right.
that is absolutely crazy. Kevin, you want to jump in?
Um, I mean, something that's gotta give, really. That's all I can say. That all of us owe it to ourselves to do whatever it takes to save our country, and by extension, the continent. Because this, make no mistake, is not just Kenya. I mean, if you look around other countries, it's happening as well. So this is not isolated.
Yeah. Kevin, something else that I think about is people don't realize that Africa is going to have the youngest, most educated population in the whole world for the next 30 plus years. What do
Correct.
they expect us to do? What do they expect these children, our brothers, our sisters, to do when they cannot be able to afford anything and you're asking them to keep taking money out of their pockets while we put these people in power expecting them to do better? They give us promises and they get there and then they start saying weird things like, we're going to protect the police and anybody that tries to interfere with the police will be dealt with accordingly. The police are also Kenyan. The military is Kenyan. We're all brothers and sisters. I think the idea of just feeling powerless in your own country is pretty darn stark. That's not a future anybody wants. And if they're going to be violent towards peaceful protests, I think that we have to decide as a people, as a continent, that we're willing to sacrifice for whatever, because we're dying every day for things that are that should be available to us. We're a
And
rich continent, and we should always remember that.
absolutely. And I'll
The
add this.
richest.
Absolutely. I'll add this for sure, that despondency does breed rebellion, and rebellions do spawn revolutions. I mean, we can go back in history as far as we want. I mean, you can go back to, France, 1778, 1779, when the infamous Marie Antoinette, people ask for bread. You say they should eat cake or something to that extent. Um, I mean, something is bound to give. And all this that is happening, and when you find the sitting government, the administration of the day, is saying that, hey, you know what? We shoot to kill if anybody tries to assert their rights. That's obviously extrajudicial. It's existing outside of the Constitution. It's lack of appreciation of what institutions are. And again, I know I harp onto that every time, but institutions are everything. If we are going to respect that Constitution that we gave unto ourselves, how are we supposed to move forward into the future? It's just impossible. These are questions. This is something that, and you cannot silence Kenyans anymore. Have Gen Zs, I mean, these kids, they know their rights. They've gone to school. They're pretty well educated. They're aware. They are obviously awake.
Yes. I'm very proud of the Gen Z population. I'm proud to be a Kenyan. I'm proud to let me repeat that. I'm proud to be an African that resides in Kenya. Um, I think when I hear some of these politicians speak as somebody that lives in the diaspora, it breaks my heart to hear them speak like some of these senators. Because, like, when you say what you just said about we're going to shoot to kill if you do XYZ, those are dog whistles. You understand? We're not asking for the country to be destroyed. We're not asking for violence. What we are asking for is something very simple, that the government is unwilling to listen to the will of the people. But I think the people understand that there are more of us than there are of them. And, you know, as Traore says, homeland or death. We have to be radical. These solutions need radical solutions. I'm not advocating for violence, but what I'm saying is we need to be strong enough and courageous enough to stand up to what's wrong, because otherwise our children will not have a future. It's just as simple as that. And we're not a powerless people. We have a lot of power. And I think this is one of the ways that we can come together as a continent and start affecting some real change going forward.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I personally cannot agree more. I think this question, you guys have touched on so many things. I suppose the next best transition would be, so what do we do? What do we truly do? To our people in Nairobi, Kisumu, Eldoret, Mombasa, and our people in the diaspora, we are not powerless. Just as my brothers have already touched on, there are several things that we can continue to do to make an impact, to make a better Kenya. Number one, we want to be able to educate, know your rights, know your history, and know your power. Number two, organize, support civic movements, fund legal aid, protect independent media. Super important. We want to have unbiased views to what is going on. And again, knowing your rights allows you to know what you can and cannot do. As Lusala said, we do not advocate for violence, but we are sick of the non movement with our society. It keeps moving backwards. And number three, vote wisely. As Obama said once, vote, vote, vote. Not by tribe, and as Kevin says, not by nation, not by vibes, but by track record. Look at the politicians. Make sure what they're spewing to you is something that makes sense to you. And hold these fools accountable, guys. They're not gods. You can get them out of there. Kevin, anything else to
Amen.
add on this?
Amen. Amen to that. I'd say four, document everything. I mean, we live in a fantastic time. All of us have some type of a smartphone. Whenever you're out there, there's a protest going on. Help each other out. Always have your phone out. Record everything that's going on. Share it. Archive it. Visibility is always helpful. We've seen this even in the diaspora. Like just having your camera on could save your life. And also remember that it's admissible in the court of law as well. So that would be great to always make sure that you document everything that's going on around you whenever you're out there. Be your brothers and sisters keeper as well. Um, don't be silent. Speak up. You know your rights. You already know you do. So always speak up, because silence is always going to protect the oppressors. Always.
Number five, and these are just a few things that we've come up with. We don't have a comprehensive list, but it's our own little way to contribute. Something that we can all do is protect each other. Don't take anything from strangers at protests. Please don't take anything from any strangers. We know very well that the government has goons out there that are masquerading as people, and they come back and use this to say that the Gen Zs are the ones causing issues. When they protest in peace, then wanakuja wanapigwa viboko, just many bad things happen. So make sure you're moving in groups. The government has planted goons to destabilize our movement, but unity is our shield. Forever united, we shall never be defeated.
Indeed. Because you know what? Kenya is ours. Kenya is ours. Kenya is us. It's not theirs. It's not the political elites' property. Neither are we their property. It's not just for the rich. It's not just for the leaders, whoever they are in whatever category. Because remember, again, leadership is not royalty. The president of Kenya is not a king. The government is not our god or gods. So let's remember that. And the other thing, silence is not safety. Just because you chose not to speak up doesn't mean that, when it comes down, the wire, that you won't be affected by what's going on.
Kevin, I love that. I love that so much. In fact, there's a Swahili saying, umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. Unity is strength, and division is weakness. At this moment, and this moment demands unity louder than ever before. I think it is a turning point for Kenya. I think it's a turning point for Africa. As you folks remember, the Arab Spring, right? That sparked multiple changes in the Middle East. I think this could be such a pivotal moment for us, but we need to turn out and make sure that the changes that we do make are actually extremely positive for the continent and allows the younger generation to thrive moving forward.
And to those that we've lost in the struggle, we remember you. We honor you. You are not just statistics. You are sisters, you are brothers, you are artists, you are builders, you are husbands, you are wives. You are loved, you are respected. You are our heroes. And we are forever indebted to you. To your families, stay strong. This is a war. It's going to be rough, but we are in it together.
And to those still rising, to those still resisting, our message is we see you, we hear you. We might not be there physically, but we are with you. And when we touch down, we will be there physically. This is our fight, our future, and damn it, this is our home.
Absolutely. And we will not let it fail, not to greed, not to fear, not to silence, because again, this is our home. And we will fight for it with truth, with unity, and with courage. And folks, the reason, or I should say, part of the reason we even started this particular forum here is to storytell. There is a power to being able to tell these stories from historical context. And I hope that, again, the Gen Z can watch this and understand that there is a history of political riots and protests in Kenya and that there is a way out. And so we want to continue to amplify these voices on the continent, not just in Kenya, but across the continent.
I'd say this.
Go ahead.
I am very glad that Gen Zs have stepped up to the plate. They've definitely arrived. It is their time. Some of us tried. I'm a millennial. We tried. We failed. It's their turn now, and I just need them to know that we are all behind them. All of us. We are all of us as Kenyans, as African people. We see you, and we are behind you. We are willing to do whatever it takes, because there's more at stake than just sitting back and allowing one administration to take us back to a place that is so dark that none of us wants to be.
I love that, Kevin. I also want to give encouragement that when I meet people from around the world, from around Africa, Black people from the Caribbeans, Jamaica, Gabon, Nigeria, they are so proud of Kenyans, right? And we're all brothers and sisters, and we must dismantle the trap before more innocence is lost.
It's powerful. Until next time, stay unshaken, stay grounded, and stay building the Africa we deserve.